real keys to success with gardening is to utilize row cover. Now, lightweight row cover can do a lot of things in the garden besides just protect from cold and wind damage. Lightweight row cover like this one, you can see through it very easily, will keep insects and birds off your plants and from eating your seedlings and prevent the insects from spreading diseases to your plants. The only way I can get squash to the point of harvest is by using this lightweight row cover. I put it over my squash plants at the time of planting, and I leave it on the plants until they start producing female flowers. The first flowers are usually male, and so I pull it off to allow the bees to pollinate it. And by that time, the plants are up and growing fairly large, and they can outgrow any vine borers that might happen to attack them, and I'll get a good 6 weeks of harvest from them. You can also protect your plants from grasshoppers with this lightweight row cover. If you're trying to seed a lawn and you have birds eating every seed that you plant, you can shade large areas with the row cover and just put it directly on the plant. It preserves moisture and shades the seeds a little bit, so it can definitely help you get seeds to germinate more easily. With fall planting, sometimes it's so hot and so dry that it's difficult to get seeds to grow. So this lightweight row cover can make a huge difference in your success with getting things going when it's still actually quite hot. This is a polypropylene fabric, and it dries very quickly. You can store it easily by folding it up and putting it out of sunlight, and it should last for years if you take good care of it. I put mine in a plastic garbage can with a cover, store it away, and then I can carry that can out to the garden when I need to cover things quickly. You can purchase the row cover pre-cut or by the foot if you have a large garden bed, and I tend to cut mine in lengths that are long enough to cover the entire bed with a little bit of overage to seal up the ends. The lightweight row cover will block about 15 to 20% of the sun. The heavyweight can protect up to 15 degrees or even more, and it will block anywhere from 30 to 50% of the sunlight. So you'll need to pull back the heavyweight row cover on days where you need the plants to get more sun. Now, you can put the row cover directly on the plants. This floating row cover is ideal for that, but the heavyweight row cover doesn't protect the plants as well. If it gets ice or frost on it, it can actually damage the plants. And so what I like to use is rebar, and I get this 3/8 rebar from home stores, and I bend it into hoops, and you'll need to start bending it gradually. So I'll start on one side and bend, then go to the other side and bend around a large tree or a post, a sturdy post, and then you can gradually make that bend into the hoop. And then those the ends just get shoved down into the soil 3 or 4 inches deep, and they're quite sturdy. You can actually use this for deer netting as well, and you can put the row cover right over the deer netting. Now, to secure the row cover to the hoops, I use spring clamps. You can use 2-inch or 4-inch spring clamps, and that holds the deer netting and the row cover on. And then pull the clamps off, lift the netting, and you can get to what you need to harvest. You can use soil staples or rocks or boards to hold the netting down, but a lot of times that puts holes in the row cover, and it tears it if it's really windy. Now, if your row cover does start to get kind of holey and torn, save the pieces because they can still be useful for seed beds, for wrapping individual plants. You can filter fertilizer mixes, or if you're collecting water, you can make fabric covers for your mosquito buckets to keep mosquitoes out. Heavy fabric should always be opened on warm days. Often in the wintertime, we'll be down to 25 degrees one day, and then it's hot and sunny and almost 80 the next day. So make sure you open the row cover so that your plants don't cook. And also include the soil in the row cover. The soil is what conducts the heat to protect the plants, so don't just wrap the top of a plant. Moist soil always conducts heat better, so before a freeze, make sure that you're watering well, and that row cover and hot weather row cover will help you be more successful with your garden. I'm Trisha Shirey for Backyard Basics.